You actually made me think about something, bro. It's crazy. So me growing up, my dad was in the home, and I'm not gonna lie, my mom my mom was abrasive. My dad was pretty much a I ain't gonna say passive guy. He was he wasn't even passive aggressive. He just a quiet guy. And my mom would do this all the time about small things, big things, anything. And he'll maybe explode, nothing crazy. Maybe he'll take 3 or 4 months of that, and he might curse out, nothing, super disrespectful. He'll just get mad and kind of put in her place, you know. But saying that to say, I'm knowing I got his type of style. Like I don't, and I know I did that with my mom, because my mom approached us the same way she approached my dad. She was abrasive. You got dishes in the sink, she about to come at you. And from that experience, I get agitated with that if I see it in a woman. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit in it because I sat in it growing up. And if it's your mom, you ain't gonna disrespect it. You had to be there. And now when I see it, it's almost like I don't have the temperament for it. And I'm learning that as a man, we have to though. And just like I'm reading this book, like because if we don't sit through it with them, somebody else will sit through it with them. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I would have to challenge that a little bit and say that I don't think that you have to learn how to build a temperament with that woman, especially if she's intentionally doing it. So there's another good book to read that's called The Masculine in Relationships. And in that book, it talks about how women will essentially test you as a man to see how far it is that they can push you. And if you allow for that to continue to happen time after time, she's going to continue to do that. And that is a way for her also to slowly and to slowly distance herself and also give herself a reasoning as to why in justifying it. So I don't think that men should necessarily tolerate it, but I think they should understand their woman, their partner, their wife, whoever it may be. I think that they should understand who she is, and then essentially understand how to tame her. Because once you tame her, is from there you should be straight. But if you allow for it to, continue to run over you, then that's where the problem comes. Another thing too, for Marbo, I think that from from you saying that you've had 3 other experiences with women that were similar, I think you're almost attracted to women just like your mother. Naturally, in most cases, men are attracted to women that are like their mother, because that's where we learn love from. So it might be in that situation. I think that is more so a test for you and finding where it is that you're comfortable with, where you feel vulnerable, and also to stretch you in development in your own personal development. So I think that you're definitely on the right track, but I don't think that you should. I don't think that you should think, or we should tell men to tolerate women that are intentionally abrasive. Now, if I can help you grow out of that and you're willing to, then okay, cool, let's get through this. But if you're intentionally doing it uh, with maliciousness, then this is no point. Just find another one.
I just want to say something real quick. Viz, I partially agree with what you're saying. And what Marbo said, I don't really like the word tame. That word is like, because your woman is not a dog, right?
Hey, that's
Um,
that's
you don't want us
y'all are
to come
y'all
in
are
and
unstable
tame you.
creatures.
And we
We,
are, which is why I agree with what Marbo is saying to a certain degree, right? No, you shouldn't have to tolerate a woman that intentionally does it. But women are always going to be a little bit more emotionally unstable than men. just because of our biological makeup. Let's just say, for instance, a woman around her period or menstrual cycle time is a little bit different than she is the rest of the month. She might be moody. She might be, a little bit more irritable. It's not that she's doing it intentionally. That's just how our bodies work and how we react to it. Now, I understood what Marble was saying with understanding your woman and being able to sit with her through that. No, you shouldn't have to sit with her being constantly disrespectful to you for any reason, but you should learn to sit with your woman through those stages, because we're not always going to be on one playing field. That's just not how women are built, right? We're going to have our up days, we're going to have our down days, just like you guys, but we are way more emotional. So it's always going to come out of us for most women. Some women aren't like that, but most women are like that. So you do have to learn to deal with that. And at the same time, there will be certain times where you have to also put your foot down, because like you were stating, a woman that deals with a man that she realizes that she can run over will run right over you, right, to the next man, because it's not that we are, going to go back and test you. It's really to see how much can I really trust in you to lead this. If I could run over you, then it's no way you could lead this household. So now I need to move on to somebody else who's a little bit more stronger. That don't mean you taming me, though, right?
Ty, with everything that you named, those are literally moments in where a woman, from a male's perspective, this is me using man lingo.
Okay.
That's when you have to be. That's when I got to tame you. If you acting in a chaotic state because you're menstruating, or you're going through this, you're going through that, or whatever, in order for me to get you to be back balanced, it takes for me to tame you. So I understand that. I understand that.
Can I speak on that?
I understand that. I understand that word is triggering, but when if we're looking at it from a societal aspect, right? Okay. We use the word tame, or we hear it rather with
wild animals.
Right, with wild animals. Now, with these wild animals, you're not going out and beating these wild animals into submission. That's not how it works.
For instance, with stallions, with horses, my father used to be around horse farms, and we would go out and watch them tame wild horses, and they would use whips and whip them, lasso them, pull them, surround them, intimidate them. They would try to break them in order to tame them. That's how you tame.
That's a male horse, though.
Animals.
A stallion is a male horse. So
right, it is though. But that's how you tame wild animals. Period. You have to beat them into submission. So that's what I'm saying. Tame wouldn't be the best word for that, because there's no way you can tame your woman through a menstrual period.
Hold on, y'all. Let me get Marble. Hold on, let me get Marble in there.
We gotta clarify the tame part though. I think that is. I get what you're saying.
Can we use regulate instead of tame? Help regulate her and her.
Regulate can be.
What's wrong with
regulate? It means it's the same shit.
No, it's
not.
What I'm saying? You don't regulate animals. You tame.
Let me Google.
You regulate people.
No, we're not gonna do that.
You don't tame people. You regulate.
You can just stay calm. You can always just say to calm her.
Let's use the example that Ty said. So she said that if you allow for this woman to continue to run over you, she's essentially attempting to break you. So why is it different in that example?
Before we go there, can we get everybody's opinion about the clip first?
No, don't try and change the subject now, because I'm pointing it out.
It's not about